The following podcast contains adult language, profound stupidity, hardcore nudity, and drug references. Children should not be listening to it. Everybody else can fuck a buck or rock off.
Nailed it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail with all the necessary and appropriate backlash. My name is Poppascotch, and with me, as always, is Chump Slap.
Here I is.
There he is, right over there, and Dr. Syintist.
What's going on?
That's Dr. Syintist. Well, I guess we'll start. No, let's mix it up this week. Chump Slap.
Yeah, what's up?
What have you been doing this week? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? What's going on?
Oh, man, I saw this great movie. It's called The Last Sharknado. It's about time.
Shit. Is it really The Last Sharknado? Or is this like Jason, the final chapter, where that was like number 4 out of 12?
Well, I'm pretty sure they came out with one every year up until 2018. And there hasn't been one this year, and it would have been in like April. So
It's called It's About Time because they travel through time fighting Sharknadoes.
Oh, of course. I thought it was like, we're done now? Like we're done with this series or no? Okay.
Oh, they're really good at that.
Like it's about time it's over. You get it. You're smart.
Yeah, it was great. What do you expect? What else did I do?
It's a pretty fantastic flick.
Oh, do you guys ever see Upgrade?
With two Ys?
No. What? No. But the movie Upgrade came out last year.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
No. What's it about?
It's pretty good. It's about a guy who gets beat the fuck up, his spine severed, and then the guy puts a computer in his body so he can walk again and shit. And then he gets superhero powers and stuff.
No, it doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
It's pretty good though. I didn't think it would be either, but
It sounds like a superhero movie, which is exactly your cup of tea.
I mean, it sounds
seriously.
Like
it sounds like I saw it before when it was called one of the Batman movies.
Batmans don't have computers in them.
No, but it's not. It's different.
Oh, jeez.
It's pretty good. I don't care. You can just fucking poo it all you want.
I'm not going to see it.
I thought it was pretty good.
Well, did you get a chance to play anything?
Oh, no. But I did. For some reason, I just felt like playing Portal again, so I downloaded it, installed it on my computer, and then
didn't play it.
Then realized I can't find my fucking controller. Played it for 2 minutes with the mouse and keyboard, and was like, fuck this. So that's all I did, game-wise.
That's more than you usually do.
I think now would be a great time for a Portal remaster because I've definitely forgot all the puzzles by now.
I'm not even sure I played the first one.
Dude, I put it in, and it said there's like an option where it's like start, load, whatever, and then there was bonus maps. I was like, I've never seen that before. So it might be new shit.
Am I remembering correctly? But was there either for Portal or Portal 2 there was a level creator? Did that exist?
Yeah,
Am I making that up?
Had it, I think.
Yeah, on Steam.
Yeah, Steam had like the workshop or whatever where you could just make your own levels.
It seems like that series is a way to print money, and it's kind of crazy that they haven't made another one.
That's what all Valve games are. Like that, Half-Life, and fucking Left 4 Dead. They just don't make more than 2 games in a series.
They're just like, you know what? We're making a lot on this whole Steam store thing, so we really don't need to make games, so we're not going to.
Well, it's because all the people who work on them get better jobs.
Yeah, they started Valve.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but that's all I did.
That's it. Did you go swimming at all or go down to the river and do some fishing?
No, I heard about these like brain-eating amoebas and stuff, so I'm scared of water now.
Cool.
Are they in PA?
Who knows?
We can't take that chance, scientists. You just can't. Well, what about you, Dr. Scientist? What'd you play? What'd you watch? What movie do you feel like shitting on today? What's going
I
on?
feel like I already shit on Upgrade a little.
Yeah, you did a good job of your shit.
Yeah, because you always stop at 1. Like,
Well, I started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey this week.
oh, okay. I've heard good things.
It's good, and I'm probably going to play it like I play every other Assassin's Creed game, where I'll explore and do side quests for the first 35 hours, and then I'll run through the story as an over-leveled guy. and finish it in about 2 hours.
So why don't you try something different this time?
Because it's the most fun's exploring. So I'm going to get that while I'm not upset and annoyed at the game.
Fair enough.
How far would you say you're in now to it? How many hours?
I got like 12 hours in,
Oh, okay.
but I played like 6 yesterday or 7.
So you're like a third of the way done. You got another couple.
I only finished like the first part of the main story, and then I went and drove my boat around.
Nice.
And
Cool.
I watched most of the ESA marathon this week, the European Speedrunners Association.
I was gonna say.
Of course.
You say
of
that
course.
like we fucking know what it is.
How could you not?
I don't know.
And Endgame comes out digitally on Tuesday, so that'll probably be this week. Other than that, nothing.
Already it does?
Yeah.
Wait, when did it come out in the theater?
3 months ago? 4 months ago?
March or May? I don't remember.
Might have been
I don't know. This whole summer went
May.
fucking way too fast.
May sounds about right.
No, yes, it was May because Captain Marvel came out in like March,
Yeah.
and then Endgame came out. Whatever. They're gonna be more forever of those movies till it's like 6 a year. But yeah. Speaking of the Marvel universe, there's still something I wanted to discuss.
Well, are you going to tell us what you did first, or are you going to discuss?
Which would you like to hear first? It's your day, Syintist. You tell me.
Yeah, scientists. Just
So
tell
Scientist
everybody.
Day?
Everybody.
If everybody
just listen to
complains,
scientists.
it goes for another 24 hours.
Do we get one free pillow scream?
Yes. I'd like to hear that.
I already did it. Damn it.
Tell us what you did and then throw in the news.
Okay. Well, I played a bit of the Division 2.
No.
He's still gear level 500.
They released a huge new update for it, which actually brings in like 3 new maps and 2 new single-player missions and
Higher
2
gear
other
level?
missions. And yeah, and that, well, actually now you can upgrade the bench to level 500 so you can craft things at level 500. So the bench is actually worth something now.
Oh.
And
so
all the time you wasted farming for level 500 stuff is
it's not about.
Right.
It's about doing it first.
it's about the journey.
Well, it's
Yes.
you can find a weapon, but you can't craft it until you find the blueprint.
Okay.
So and you can only craft things you have blueprints for. So you either have to do missions or do bounties or whatever that rewards you a blueprint. And even then you can get a blueprint for like a gear mod for something you never use.
Did you ever get that crazy belt or whatever?
holster.
Yeah.
I did get my exotic
Nice.
holster.
Oh.
Why didn't you lead off with that?
Still haven't got that gun I was looking for though, the D50.
That's a bummer.
Which I'm starting to think doesn't exist. Like I think I fever dreamed it the first time. Fucking annoying. But big update and it's been fun so far and I'm probably gonna continue to play it.
Nice.
Despite my better judgment. Maybe throwing some Far Cry New Dawn in there, because I kind of got started on that, and it's fun to do that.
At least until NHL comes out.
Yeah, then NHL and Borderlands are the same day. I'm just going to have to hermit up and
You're gonna
not
have
do
to.
anything else, I
You're gonna
guess.
have to hire someone else to play it next to you, just tell you what's
Yeah.
going on.
And they'll just we'll have headsets on. They'll just talk to me
Yeah.
through it.
Party chat.
It'll be like, it's like being in a helicopter. It'll be great. But what did I watched barely anything. I didn't have any time to watch anything new. I just watched the same stand-up comedy specials over and over again.
Nice. Big J.
That's about
Okerson.
it.
Kyle Kinane.
Yeah, I watched a couple of Kyle Kinane ones again. I recently discovered Nate Bargatze, who's very good.
Nice.
I don't know if you guys know him, but he's good. Check his stuff out. Shout out to Nate Bargatze.
Friend of the podcast.
Friend of the pod, of course. But anyway, so this fucking Marvel Universe thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
Now, it seems as if they're bringing all these characters back from the dead, so there's going to be some multiverse element to this. I mean, we already had time travel, and now we're adding multiple universes.
Well, you always
that-
knew they were.
the
multiple
Does that
universes.
stand to reason? Does that scan there, Dr. Scientist?
Well, the next Doctor Strange something is something to do with the multiverse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
But if there's a million different universes with a million different Spider-Mans or Doctor Strange or whatever character, then what does it matter if they die? Like, there's no stakes anymore. It's like with Rick and Morty. When Rick or Morty dies, just another one shows up.
I just assumed the shows were going to be set in the past. But
All of them? There's like 6 characters that died coming back.
yeah, all of them.
All right, cool.
Well, maybe it'll just
Cool.
be, yeah. Well, it's just different multiverses where the same thing happened. Or like a what if or whatever.
I don't know, man.
I don't either. The whole thing's getting a little out of hand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the movies will still be entertaining, but I already have an issue with the stakes in these movies, like the new Spider-Man. Where were any of them like the Avengers? It was just Spider-Man fighting them.
What's a Spider-Man movie? What?
Well, yeah, and I get that, but why, in a world where there's Avenger-level evil running around, why wouldn't you call Falcon or Bucky or other people?
You don't think that everyone else is busy too? I mean, like,
Yeah, they're going to drop everything they're fighting to come and help
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Well, how many fucking world-ending events do we have going on at the same time?
How do you
here?
know?
Well, there's at least 3 in our real world right now.
That's, you know what? You're right. That's a good point.
And who's fighting
boy.
them?
Yeah.
Falcon and Bucky. It's just we don't know about them yet.
Apparently.
They're under wraps. Yeah, right. If we had like real superheroes and someone told Trump, we would have known, and he would have tweeted that out immediately.
He would have used them to attack China or something.
Mexico. He would have sent them to the border
Kind of like the way Richard Nixon used Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen.
in real life.
Exactly.
In real life, yes.
To win Vietnam in like 2 weeks or something like that, or 3 weeks. I forget what they said in the story.
I remember reading
Remember
that.
Vietnam? You guys remember that?
Not this reality.
Oh, shit. Did I skip timelines again? I forgot. Oh, boy. Oh, you guys. Ooh.
You're in the wrong multiverse, boy.
So I was like bringing up Trump, and you're like, what, the real estate asshole? What?
What? He's still around?
I can't believe he's still president. It seems like it's been going on forever.
It
It
will
really
be.
does feel like that, doesn't it?
4 more years, bro.
I went into the city with the family yesterday. And
Good times. Good times.
there's no shortage of MAGA hats running around DC. That's for damn sure.
Or anywhere, for that matter.
Yeah,
It's a virus.
we're screwed. So what else did I play? Nothing else. Watching nothing else. I got nothing else. But I did see a piece of video game news. I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about.
Oh, bring it.
Surprise me.
And by you guys, I mean Chump Slap.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready to shit on
I'm
it.
easily excitable.
It deals with the best game that you've ever played.
Portal?
Fallout 76, buddy. The news that popped up yesterday, Fallout 76 is getting a new Battle Royale map and a cooperative vault raid.
Wait, there was a Battle Royale mode?
Yes.
They probably added it after you stopped playing.
I thought about putting it on today when this shit's over. I'll be like, let's check it out.
And they've also released a new updated roadmap for summer 2019. So the new map is for Nuclear Winter mode, it's called. I guess that's their Battle Royale mode. That's what they call it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It is based on the area of Fallout 76 called Morgantown and will include more verticality and will be set in a more urban environment.
Set on the real Morgantown where WVU is.
I hope so.
Right. So yeah, they have a whole roadmap that I'm not going to read through for summer. So apparently, the only people that have not given up on this game are Bethesda.
I'm sure there's people that still play it.
I honestly forgot it existed until you brought it up again.
I forgot till like 3 days ago when I was bored as shit. I was like, there's got to be something.
Well,
I
my
can
weed
play.
dealer plays, so I can.
Yeah, it's true. Jump on, see if he's on.
So you were thinking, sometimes I do that. Like, wait, what was I playing last month? Not lately, because it's just been the Division 2. But
I couldn't even.
so
tell you.
is this enough? Is this enough to get you back in Fallout 76, Chump Slap?
Yeah, I think I might have an update on it next week, but we'll see.
No promises.
No, I don't.
Got it.
I don't make actual plans. That's not my thing.
Nice.
Makes it easier not to do anything.
Yeah, I need that.
That's fucking brilliant.
I need my heart out.
There was another piece of news that came out. It appears that the original Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 3 have all suddenly appeared on the PlayStation Store and the Nintendo Switch shop, but I don't know about Xbox. Probably on Xbox too.
With original graphics.
Well, they're probably.
Doom and Doom 2 have original graphics. And, well, Doom 3 looks a little bit polished because that's more of I guess you'd say a more current game, even though I'm pretty sure it came out in like 2001.
How hard do you think it is to play Doom 1 again?
Impossible. I've watched speedruns of it. It's almost impossible.
Is it?
Just because you don't aim. Because all you have to do is to get the left and right aim right, because you don't go up and down. Stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I didn't even think of that.
You just like shove your camera at it and press the button, basically. Yeah, it's not even shooting. Doom 3, by the way, came out in 2004.
Wow.
I thought it was older than that.
So did I. Maybe they're going to make a sequel to the new Doom game, so they're pimping it out for a while.
Didn't they? Isn't there a new sequel to Doom coming out?
No idea. I didn't play the other
Like
one.
Doom Annihilation or something stupid?
Doomed again.
Double Doom.
No, you're Double Doom. No, you're absolutely correct. Doom came out 2016, and then it was just called Doom, but it was a redone. And then Doom Eternal is coming out. It says here 2019, November 22nd.
Yeah, so it's to get people.
So maybe they're just getting people pumped for it.
Yeah, I might play Doom Eternal because I really like the Doom remake.
Yeah, that game was fucking great.
It was. It's
We've
like the
mentioned it a
Evil
couple
Dead
times.
remake. So good.
See, I only saw the Evil Dead remake once, and I remember not hating it. I think I need to give it another chance.
Dude, it's fucking
Oh,
awesome. It's my favorite horror movie.
I thought you
Really?
were you were talking about the one with the original Evil Dead remake and not the Rob Zombie Evil Dead remake.
It's not Rob Zombie.
Well, whatever. It's the same thing.
No.
Not at all. Anyway, any other news you guys want to talk about? Any movies? Anything you want to specifically call out against one another? Air our grievances? Like, just lay it all on the line right here? Anything?
Watch my buddy's show on YouTube, the Retro Grab Bag Show.
There you
Where
go.
we talk about old video games.
He didn't say it's
There you go.
time for plugs.
Well, he said something, and you were quiet, and he was quiet. So.
That is something. You're right.
Yeah.
Do it, Vin.
That is something. Shout out Retro Grab Bag Show on YouTube. Go check it out. So, I guess let's get into it, right?
Yeah, let's dive head first.
I've been trying to interpret my notes for the last 15 minutes.
Oh my god, if I have to write so many more notes again.
I think I'm just going to start splitting them up into 2 pages and trying to fit it instead of trying to fit it in
Oh,
one.
it's a lot easier that way.
This week, we are talking about the PC, PlayStation 3, Xbox, and Wii U classic, Darksiders. It was released on January 5th, 2010. Developed by Vigil Games and published by THQ, who both of which are now defunct. It is known as a hack and slash action adventure game, and it was written by this name's gonna be tough. Joe Madureira. Madureira.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Joey M.
Joe
Town.
Smith.
Joe.
I'm going to struggle with this one.
Madureira.
Joey M.
Madureira?
Joey M.
Joey M's, Big Joe M's came up. He was one of the co-founders of Vigil Games, and he's mostly known for writing a whole shitload of comic books, too many of which to list here.
Okay.
But who picked this? This was I think this reeks of Syintist.
It does.
How so?
I don't know. I just as I was going to ask colloquially who picked this, I remembered it was you. So that's why I just dumped that on your lap. But the Syintist, why don't you give us a little bit of a lead-in into where this story starts?
Am I the only one out of the 3 of us that played this quick?
I thought about playing it.
Okay.
If that makes it
Yep.
better.
Well, it's you play War,
Ugh.
one of the 4 horsemen of the
God,
apocalypse. And
Sorry.
Armageddon starts, and you go to do your job, and basically that's all.
And then you find out Armageddon didn't start.
Well, it did, but you weren't supposed to be called, and that's kind of it, based on Christian mythology.
Your war, and you're trying to prove your innocence.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you arrive on Earth to Armageddon happening, and the seal that was supposed to be broken to call you was never broken. So after you get killed by some big demon guy, Straga, you go in front of the Charred Council, who...
These are the talking rock people.
Yeah, they try and keep balance in the world. They're kind of like the bartender from Bayonetta,
Yes, this reeked of Bayonetta.
another Christian mythology game.
Another scientist pick.
Was that mine?
I don't know. It might have been mine.
It might have been.
Nice.
It could have been mine, though.
War is the name of the character, by the
Yes.
way, in case you guys missed that. But I think he gets a bad rap because War was just chilling, got called to start the apocalypse, showed up, and everyone's like, "What are you doing here?"
The apocalypse is going on, but you were never called, buddy. We're supposed to do this
Fucking
without you.
prank.
And you're like, "Dude, I was called." They're like, "No, you weren't." Like, "No, I wouldn't be here unless I was, you dick." Like, what's the deal here?
Yeah. And then he gets stripped of his powers and ends up in front of his bosses, basically. And they say, you helped I think he said the Destroyer or Darksiders or something like that. The Dark. And you're going to have to pay for your transgressions.
They say you helped because the Dark killed Abaddon.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Abaddon gets killed by Straga.
Too many throwing out names left and right.
There are so many names. So many.
Well, Abaddon is an angel who is fighting on heaven's side, and he dies in the prelude before you die, quote unquote die.
Right.
Before we get too deep into it, are there any characters that were completely created for this game? Or are they all pulled from Christian mythology? Or
the Charred Council is
religious
probably
mythology?
made up.
That's a good point.
I never
Okay,
heard of
yeah.
the Watcher.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about Ulfane. He could be something, but
Volgrim.
Volgrim, yeah. I mean, they're probably all names of demons somewhere.
They're all, yeah. Well, yeah. All right, fair enough.
But
I didn't do that research.
yeah, I didn't either.
Sorry.
Well, next time, let's get it together, guys. Let's try to be a little professional. I expect you to memorize every demon for next week.
I was expecting to fly by my demon knowledge already and not have to expand on it.
You fool.
Hubris, scientist. It'll get you every time. Hubris. But now, also, wasn't Pestilence one of the four horsemen, or was that one of the horses?
No, it's
Or was that? Or am I making this up entirely?
No, it's a
War,
horseman.
pestilence, famine, and death.
Yeah, they call him something different.
Yeah, they call them different in this game. I think it's to make them easier to.
Yeah, so people don't have to be like, what's pets?
Yeah, what's Pestilence's ability? He's always going to make them sick.
Yeah, in this game, they named them War, who's the playable character, Death, Strife, which I guess is supposed to translate as like conquest or victory, and then Fury.
Yeah.
What?
And death is the star of 2, and fury is the star of 3.
Uh-oh, so there's a fourth comment
Yeah.
with Strife.
No, they're going to just throw it out. They're going to put Pestilence out there. And everyone's like, wait, who's this new character?
I never heard of him before.
But they all have horses named something else. I don't remember what they all are, except for this one.
Yeah, you get a horse later in the game. Is that the horse you started with? Okay. Because you're a horse.
They never really make it clear.
Yeah, but they act like you fucking knew about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, all right.
But basically, you're supposed to roll with your group of four bros to start the apocalypse. Or is it create the apocalypse or end the apocalypse? I don't understand what they were doing.
They're supposed to have a role in it. I'm not exactly sure what it
It's
is.
supposed to be Armageddon.
Yeah, between the 3 worlds, and I guess they're supposed to.
They're supposed to maintain order after the
something
war or
like that.
something like that. I don't know.
Gonna have to read Book of Revelations again to make sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm not big on the Bible thing.
All right, we're going to pause the podcast here, go read Book of Revelations, and then we'll be back. And we're back, and we had a weird translation and didn't learn anything.
Yeah, that John of Patmos was weird.
Yes. Jesus. But anyway, you're supposed to roll with your 4 bros, but when you come into
Whatever town it is.
wherever it is, it's just war.
Yeah.
Like the other 3 just aren't there.
Yeah, you just show up on a meteorite, right? You
Yeah.
just smash into the earth, and all of a sudden,
Kind of starts off with a big mystery. Because you
Right.
shouldn't be.
And
there.
I'm totally 100% on board with everybody showing up on a meteor and just creating destruction the second they land, and then they start eating civilians.
yeah,
It's
that was pretty badass.
totally on board with that. Which, by the way, why are the demons... I assume they're demons that show up first, like in the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I read the synopsis, it was like demon and angels are fighting with humanity caught in the middle. It sure looked like those demons were murdering any human they can get their hand
Yeah,
on.
humans didn't stand a chance in this war.
No, and the angels basically left the humans alone?
Well, why get in the way? The humans are distracting the demons.
Oh, that's even
Yeah,
worse.
but weren't
What are you talking about? We got all this bait running around. Just kill the demons when they're busy with that.
Yeah, okay.
That's fucked up.
Well, they're angels. Why would they care about humans?
Good point. But anyway, so the Charred Council, the What do they call those things in stadiums that the players run out of, like the big football helmets? Those things actually have a name.
No,
They
don't.
do. Something way, right? Not breezeway.
Freeze
Causeway?
They usually just say the tunnel at some things, too.
The
but
tunnel. Channel?
let's call it the channel, the charred tunnel.
The charred tunnel. The channel. Perfect. Love it.
No one's used that before.
Portmanteaus are our game.
But anyway, not that that matters at all. But I just don't know how you take that seriously as a boss. It's just a screaming head with fire coming out of its mouth.
I assume
and no mouth moving.
It's just some sort of like force.
Yeah, it's like it can do whatever it wants, and it can make you powerless if it wanted to.
On par with like the demon or god.
Yeah. Seemed pretty badass. I wouldn't fucking question it.
Yeah.
Yeah, War seemed pretty
If you walked into work on
pretty
Monday
enthralled and
and they were telling you to do shit, would you?
a big screaming skull.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I
I'd do it.
probably would actually. If they're like, "Bruh, go move these batteries," I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever you say." Big screaming skull.
And yeah, the Charred Council starts talking to War and saying that the call was never made to him and he shouldn't have shown up and it's his fault Armageddon started.
I don't understand how he has the power to show up if he wasn't called. Like, whether you think that'd be like
He doesn't.
a failsafe.
Well, he did. He was called, but later we find out. But he doesn't know who called him or how he ended up there without his brothers. He calls them.
He just shows up, new phone, who's this?
And they're
It's like this is a call, bro. Get down here.
and basically the council's blaming him for Armageddon.
Yeah, they're like, he started it.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to start yet.
Yeah. Silly.
Which is again, hey, I get the call when it's going down. If it's not going down, I don't get the call. So why is everyone mad at me? Shouldn't you be mad at whoever broke
Yeah,
these seals?
they didn't believe
or who's
it.
fucking with
Well-
seals before I even get there?
The
They didn't
seal
believe
wasn't broken.
Yeah.
That's why he shouldn't have been there.
They're like, we don't believe that you got a supposed call. You came down on your own.
Because when Armageddon starts, they're supposed to break 7 seals, and he shows up at the 7th. But they broke the first 6, and the 7th was never broken.
Right. I'm looking at it the other way, I guess. But anyway,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Let's not get hung up on it. There's
It's
a lot
all
of
explained
seals.
later.
There's a lot to
Okay.
talk about.
There's so much more. So much more.
And
But then, so what happens after that?
Well, War kind of asks for, instead of, I guess, destroying him, if he can go and investigate what happened. And they agree, I guess.
Yeah, they're like, stick your hand in his lava
Yeah.
if you mean it.
And they give him some kind of guardian to make sure he's doing what he's supposed to and not going off course.
The Watcher.
Which we have some heavy hitter voice actors here.
Oh,
We
really?
got Mark Hamill as the Watcher.
Yeah.
The
and
Joker?
Troy Baker. Yep. And Troy Baker as the War.
No, Captain Cockknocker, I think he was.
Is that Troy Baker? Or?
No,
Troy Baker.
Mark Hamill.
Was he Captain Cockknocker?
Yeah, from Jane Silent Bob.
Yeah, was that him, though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely him. I wonder if he's in the sequel coming out soon.
Oh, you better be.
Only time will tell.
All right, they give you a sword, too. Was that your sword that they just kept, or did they give you a new sword?
I think that's your sword, and they give it back to you. Either way, it's a cool-ass sword.
Yeah, what was it called?
Chaos Eater.
Yeah, Chaos Eater. Come on. That's a little silly.
What would you name your sword?
I don't know.
No. What would you name your sword? We need to hear it.
It's got to be cooler than Chaos Eater.
Chaos Feeder.
Nailed it again, Chump Slap. Attaboy.
Wait a second.
I'm very confused about how he's like, War pleads his case and says, "Hey man, I didn't do that shit. How about you give me a chance to figure out who did it?" That's the basis of this story.
Yeah.
But can you imagine like OJ in court? He's like, "Look, I know this looks bad, but give me like 2 years to find out who actually murdered Nicole."
So now you're putting the Charred Council on par with the judicial system of the United States.
That's just obscene.
Oh, specifically Los Angeles County.
Oh.
I don't think he didn't have any, like, lawyers there with him, and he was incriminating himself pretty much. So I'm pretty sure they don't have the same Bill of Rights we do.
Yeah, how about, why doesn't the Charred Council know what happened? It seems like they got their fingers in all the pies.
Oh,
why don't they know?
Some salacious wording.
I'm aroused. But anyway, so doesn't take much these days. Anyway, but I think that's a great question. Why they seem to know quite a bit of everything going on. Why are they completely in the dark about this?
Well, they just believe war came and started Armageddon.
They don't believe angels would lie.
Yeah. And since he was fighting on the devil's side,
He
apparently.
wasn't.
Well, they don't know. They're not
Your
on
Honor, there's still...
Objection.
You're the one who's out of order.
You can't handle the truth.
You guys just don't know bird law. That's the problem.
I know dog law.
But anyway,
Dog law?
dog law.
Bob blah
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah, dog law.
Bob Lawblaw's law blog.
About dog law.
All right, but anyway.
This is getting out of hand. Yes, let's move it on.
Well, your first task is to find a demon Volgrim who's not interested in the demon side and kind of wants to be in the middle. Because he's your classic kind of
Capitalist.
Ferengi type, villain. Trying to
Piece
make money
of
for both sides.
garbage.
Why is he a piece of garbage? He's capitalist.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's a piece of garbage.
Did we mention that Abaddon is now murdered?
Yeah, I said that before.
Oh, yeah, he gets
Okay,
crushed.
sorry.
Yeah,
Like
right
just-
before you get killed.
Just grab
That was a big part of the story. I just wanted to make sure we threw that in there because it's going to get weird if we didn't. But
Let's get weird with it.
where is Straga? Is that just a huge rock monster?
He's kind of a demon.
He's
He's also a rock.
He's one of the chosen ones.
Yes.
Oh.
And there's only 5, apparently.
Well, the destroyer's chosen.
What are the other 4 ones, Chump Slap? It sounds like a list you might have handy.
We will find
We'll
out.
find out soon enough.
Ah, fuck you.
No, I don't
Alright.
definitely have a list.
But anyway, they send you back. Then the council sends you back to Earth, so you can do your sleuthing, and you end up 100 years after Armageddon, and all the humans are dead.
Yeah, you just come back. You're like, what the fuck? How long was I here?
But what are the angels and demons doing on Earth?
Fighting.
Like,
Fighting. It's a war
I
between
mean, like,
heaven and hell.
is that just, it's a huge conflict that could span hundreds of years and we just
When you're
perceive time differently?
immortal, 100 years is nothing.
I suppose.
Touche?
Well, then why even fight?
I mean, they've been fighting since the beginning of time, so
Like, you think you get tired of just killing the guy? He's not dead. What? Kill him again?
we'll just make more of them. It's God's plan, man. We don't understand.
Crazy, bloodthirsty angels. Just
Dude,
murdering over and over again. That's what they're known for.
fucking pigeons, man.
Pigeons.
And then that's the N word for angels.
Is that came up in the game, right? Yul Thane said it, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, yeah, my favorite character. We'll get to him. But
Okay.
But you find Volgrim, and then he tells you to talk to that. To get to the destroyer, you have to get into his tower, and Samael will tell you how to get there. So you have to go talk to Samael.
yeah, and then he's like, "Give me some souls,"
Yeah.
and then he eats them, and he's like, "That one was young." I thought that was creepy.
He's a demon. Do you think he has any morals, really?
Didn't think of that. Touche.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a baby soul is just as good as any other soul to him.
Apparently, they're better. That's
Yeah,
what
well,
I'm saying. They're not
It takes
tainted.
a fine palate.
Yeah.
Maybe original sin is what he wants to taste.
Ooh, so bitter.
It's like an IPA. It's weird and different.
And I love me an IPA.
And baby soul.
Mm.
That's the good stuff. But anyway, sorry.
So you fight your way to Samael, and he's kind of like stuck in a little area. It's a prison sort of thing. The destroyer put him there because he betrayed the destroyer. And the seals, he tells you that there's 4 guardians that are blocking the way to the tower, and you got to cut out their hearts and bring them to him, and then he'll get you there.
It sounds like classic demon shit.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you? I wouldn't question that.
No.
I'd be like, yeah, fuck it. Hearts.
Hearts.
Boom. You
Yeah.
got it.
You'll get me to the tower? That's all I want.
It'd be so much weirder if, like, Samael's like, hey, I need you to go to CVS and pick me up a bunch of Butterfingers and contact solution, and I'll let you through. It's like, well, that doesn't. It's like, no, I need you to take the hearts
I'm
out of
in
these
jail.
motherfuckers because I'm gonna eat them. Like, yeah, that scans. That totally. That's on brand for an evil demon.
Yeah. Sounds like something Samael will do.
And your first task is to go to fight Tiamat. Tiamat, either way you want to say it.
Tiamat, yes, thank you.
Okay, I am definitely gonna need a little bit more. Which one was Tiamat? Is that the big spider-looking one?
Bat.
Gargoyle.
Yeah.
The
Gargoyle.
bat. That's right. The first gargoyle bat thing. Okay. I love when these cutscene movies have like subtitles in it,
Yeah, me too.
but I hate when they're not like which character's saying the subtitle.
They put a lot of names in it, but yeah, there are a couple I missed.
And then on your way to travel to Tiamat's domain, you come across the angel Uriel, who plays a part later. She kind of just flies by and you hide from it.
You do a stupid flying part where you have to like
Yeah,
asteroids
it's
or whatever.
really annoying.
It seems. I was all about the game until I saw this part, and I was like,
I think it's the only part in the game you do that too.
it does. It's the only part I saw, but it looked annoying.
Because you
hell.
can't walk to Tiamat's place. So you ride this griffin, which is annoying.
Are there griffins in Christian mythology?
Well, I mean, it's a European thing, so I'm sure.
In this
it is.
mythology, there is.
Or do you think maybe there are just like griffins underneath the ground hibernating, and then the apocalypse brought them up?
But they seem to be on the angel side, and I wouldn't think angels needed griffins.
I'm pretty sure there's.
They do have wings, right?
Yeah.
Why would they need griffins?
as
Man,
pets.
we're gonna have to get deep into griffins in one of these very special episodes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe it's like attack elephants. There's griffins.
Isn't one of the gospel writers a griffin?
Yeah. With like an eagle head.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
I don't know.
I
Whatever.
assume anything from like Middle Ages mythology is from Christian somewhere.
I don't think anything's fact, so who cares?
Oh, it's all made, I mean, yeah, it's all made up. But
Yo, which made up story element do you guys want to talk about the most?
Let's debate it.
I was just curious. I didn't know where griffins. I didn't know they were from religious mythology. I don't know where they, like the Neverending Story. Is that where griffins came from?
Who
I don't know.
knows?
yeah, but I'm pretty sure most of this stuff isn't like in the Bible, and it's all just made up afterwards anyway.
Were there griffins in like Greek mythology or something?
Probably. There were chimeras.
I think there might have been. Yeah.
Anyway, we talked more about griffins today than anyone has in the last 15 years.
I wouldn't bet on that.
I'm sure.
I would.
I'm sure there's
I bet you there's some kind of
game programmers who talk about it,
or like religious studies guy who wrote a thesis on griffins.
or some stupid Magic the Gathering dorks.
Griffin tribal.
Fucking idiots.
So dumb.
Anyway, you get to Tiamat's domain and you fight through that.
And you beat him up.
Yeah, or her. I think it's a her.
I have Gargoyle Guy written down
Tiamat's a
with
female in
titties. That's
mythology.
right. I was gonna write Gargoyle with titties.
But I didn't. But I remembered I wanted.
I do remember that. I was like, no, we shouldn't say that. But here we are.
So you fight Tiamat. In this game, you get a lot of like weird sub weapons that are ripped off of other games. And you get a hook shot for this one. And there's like a portal gun later. But anyway, you fight Tiamat. You cut out her heart, and then Volgrim shows up and opens up quick travel for you.
Yeah, this one's weird. He's just like, hey, I can show you how to get out of here. Just show me the heart.
Yeah,
What's that all about?
he's a demon, man. I don't question him.
He's like, oh, he just wants, that's for the spank bank.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, he likes baby souls. What's the difference between a demon heart?
He's a demon. He doesn't have any morals. We just went over
You're right.
this.
I mean, that's what they'd be into, right? That'd be their thing.
I guess.
I'm so close-minded, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something I got to get through. You know,
fair.
that's all me.
We're here to
It's all
help.
me. I'm working on it. Jesus.
So you bring the heart back to Samael, and he eats it. That's pretty much that part.
No. And then he's like, why don't you kill that watcher? He
Oh.
like makes you punch the watcher in the face.
Well, he doesn't
Oh,
make
that's right.
kinda
You
do it.
you shove his face in the lava or something,
I don't know.
and the Watcher's like,
Yeah.
"Bro, WTF?"
WTF. Yeah. Does he say something like the Watcher's holding you back, or is that later?
Yeah, he's like, the watcher's actually holding your powers back.
Yeah.
If you kill him, you'll be more powerful.
But War is a man of honor.
Nice.
And-
Nice.
And Samael tells you to go that the second one is the Griever.
Ah, yes. But you need the...
That's the spider thingy.
Nope.
No, it's not.
God damn it.
It's sort
One
of
them's a spider.
spider-like. It's more of like a crab, but
No, Silitha, the brood mother, is the spider. Idiot.
Oh, okay.
so yeah, you have to go.
But all right. I'm not even going to get into it.
I don't know. What this one look like?
It was kind of spider-ish, but it was like insect-like.
Was this the one that you had to... It was like it chains, and you had to get your horse to fight it?
No.
Or is that the next one?
That's the next one.
Okay.
This one's kind of like I believe you had to get like a mine cart and push it into it and then break the...
Oh,
It
okay.
is kind of spider-like. You were
Yep.
right, Poppascotch. But
Here we are. Beat it with a train
Okay.
car.
Because I was pretty sure it was either Tiamat or Griever was the spider-ish thing. And then you said no on the first one, so I'm like, okay, it has to be the second one. And then you said no, and I'm like, fuck you. There's no... Anyway. You murder it pretty good, right?
Well, he tells you have to go.
We have to go to Ulthane to
Yeah.
get the Black Hammer first.
You have to go through the...
Oh, okay.
That's when Ulthane,
And that's when you meet Ulthane.
the man.
Don't you, like, fight him first?
Yeah. It's a pain
And
in the ass
then Uriel shows up.
fight.
And
Yeah, Ariel's the mermaid.
right, I get those two confused all the
Yeah,
time.
Ariel, whatever.
Yeah, then
They're both angels. You're welcome.
And then you fight Uriel,
Oh, boy.
and Ulthane's kind of on your side, and you end up having a contest with him to kill as many angels as you can.
And then whoever beats the most angels gets the hammer, or what?
Something like that.
Something, or he'll open the door if you beat the most angels. Yeah.
I think he opens the door either way. But I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I don't know. I never played it both ways.
But anyway, you end up killing a lot of angels. Then you end up in the Griever's domain.
And you push a fucking train car into his eye.
Yeah. And cut out its heart. Go back to Samael. He tells you about the next one you have to go.
And that is the Stygian, right?
Yes.
The big worm with, like, the predator face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, you can't go without the chronosphere.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's all the info I know. Here you go.
So basically, this is the third of 4 fetch quests, basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the murder quests.
Murder quest? Okay, that works
Yeah,
too.
let's call him Murder Quest.
Yeah, so then, because if you try and go to this place beforehand, you get killed. You need the chronosphere to go through it.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, is it
Gotcha.
like an open world?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can go back and forth to all these parts, but it's Metroidvania-ish where you need...
Well, you need certain
abilities,
jump
yeah.
fight. Yeah, okay. Because he gives you wings later
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
there's like rocks you can blow up and shit later and things like that.
Oh, this sounds like a fun game. I might have just added a point.
They did remaster it for PS4, didn't they?
Yeah, I played it again, I think, this year, actually.
Yeah, it looked
But,
pretty
yeah,
good.
so you go to
too.
the Ashlands and use the chronosphere to cross it. And you end up in an arena battle, fighting a whole bunch of things. And you end up fighting a guy on a horse. You kill him. And the horse kind of like goes apeshit for a while, and eventually...
Yeah, and then it's like, kill it. The
yeah,
Watcher's
the Watcher wants you to kill it, but you refuse.
And then you
Oh,
just
right,
stand
yeah.
there and the horse runs through you like
Yeah.
a ghost.
It's kind of like, I guess, breaking the
Hashtag
horse.
Ghost Horse.
Ghost horse,
Breaking the horse. Breaking the ghost horse.
I guess.
Breaking the Ghost Horse.
And
Awesome.
I assume it's his horse from him being a horseman. He gets a horse. I assume that's his horse.
Yeah, how'd this asshole get it?
Well, I think after Ward died,
Oh,
it was gone for
100
years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Why do you think the Watcher wanted him to kill it?
Because he's the dickhead. He's kind of an asshole the entire game.
Yeah, he's supposed to be there to, like, keep you in check and make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but he definitely seems to have, like, his own agenda.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, he's not just keeping an eye. Well, I guess, his name's Watcher. He should just be keeping an eye, but I don't trust this guy, especially with that creepy-ass voice.
Yeah, I think he just wants you to kill as many things as...
Yeah, he's
He's just
weird.
like, kill
He's
it.
a fetishist.
Fuck it. I want to see kill and fuck it.
Kill it. Fuck it. But it is kind of cool when you get the horse. I think you have to hit L1 and R1, and the horse just appears underneath you, and you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
You kind of get used to it. It's kind of awesome later. And you go through the rest of the Ashlands, and you end up fighting the Stygian, who's just a
Big worm.
Yeah. You guys never played Shadow of the Colossus, but it's a lot like the Shadow Colossus fight where you fight the worm.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, Mitch, I thought that too.
So you end up killing the Stygian and jumping in its mouth and breaking its heart out from the inside.
Yeah, the blood just shoots up from the ground, and you're just, boom, got a heart. That's pretty good. I thought.
And was this the classic thing where you have to, like, you can't pull that move unless their energy's low enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Classic.
Yeah. Okay. Classic video game move.
So you cut out the heart and you bring it back to Samael and get it, and he
Yada, yada, yada.
really eats it up. And then he tells you to go towards Silitha,
The brood mother.
the brood mother, and that she'll find him if he goes anywhere near her to me.
This one's the most like a spider,
Yes.
if you ask me.
This is the most spider-ish boss in the game.
Because it's a spider.
Yeah, because it is a spider. This is 110% spider.
Yeah, exactly. I like how you start this level in the little cocoon, and you have to just wiggle yourself out.
Yeah, because they catch you, like her and her brood.
That's pretty good.
And she kind of tells you that Samael's lying to you, and it's just going to restore him the power. You don't need them to get in.
This is where you find out. She's like, this isn't about the tower. This is about the four we're watching, so Samael doesn't get all his power back, and we hold his blood.
Because he betrayed the Destroyer. So the Destroyer.
Yeah.
So you're not murdering the other prisoners that are standing in his way. You're murdering the guards.
Yeah.
The guards of the prison.
Ooh. Prison guards.
So you say fuck it and kill her anyway and rip her heart out.
Yeah. You're like, fuck it.
That does it. I didn't say it stopped you.
And after you rip her heart out, you head towards Samael and give him the last heart he needs.
And even the Watcher's like, are you sure you want to do that, man?
So you give it to Samael, and he gains all his power back, and he's Super Samael.
Oh boy.
Super Saiyan.
Are you waiting for that one?
Super Saiyan Samael.
Oh, why? Was that something? Did I miss something?
The Super Saiyan or whatever it is. It's a Dragon Ball thing.
Oh, Super Saiyan?
Samsonite. That's it.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going towards that at all.
Oh. All right.
Cool. Great.
So it's 100%
Anyway.
Samael.
You really took the gem out of his donut with that.
Yeah, you sure did, buddy. Thanks. Like, hey, isn't it blah blah Poppascotch trying to yuck it up? And then no, absolutely not. It's not where it's from. You're an idiot. Stop
you
it.
fucking idiot.
Well, I was so confused by what he meant. I was like, I'm not trying to do
Chump
anything.
Slap was there with me.
Totally understood. We were on the same page.
I'm just not on the same page.
No, not at all.
We haven't been on the same page all day.
All right, what happens now?
Samael kind of puffs his chest out and walks away and tells you he opens the way to the tower for you. And you get to the tower, which was your destination the whole time.
Now, does Samael come back, or is this like the end of him?
You don't see him again in this game.
Well, he says
For the game, I should say, yeah.
I'll see you later.
But he's kind of honorable too and doesn't betray you, even though he could probably slaughter you.
Yeah, this is when the Watcher's like, you going to trust him? You going to go in that portal? God knows in what 9 hells it'll take us.
But you jump in anyway, and you end up at the Destroyer's Tower. And you walk inside, and you see Azrael, the Angel of Death, kind of imprisoned in it.
So I have a question for you. Well, for either. What kind of relation before the apocalypse happened, before the war versus heaven and hell with humanity caught in the middle, what are the 4 horsemen's relationship to either side? Are they just like they seemed I got the impression they were like a neutral party that were there to do a job.
Yeah, that's what they are.
They don't care about heaven or hell.
They're kind of like Switzerland.
Right.
Because they don't care
Okay,
about
imagine
heaven or
instead of the USA dropping the nuke in World War II, Switzerland's like, dude, you all got to stop this nonsense. And then Switzerland dropped the bomb. Would that be an apt metaphor?
Sure, I was comparing it more to like taking Nazi money, but yeah.
Well, what's the purpose of the 4 horsemen? Just to like restart after the war? I don't remember.
To kind of just urge Armageddon along, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Like, is the apocalypse over and then they show up, or do they start the apocalypse? I never
They're
really.
part of the apocalypse.
They definitely play a role.
They just show
For
up
sure.
when it happens.
Yeah.
Like once the party starts, it's like, oh, here we go.
I think them showing up is supposed to bring about the end of Armageddon.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
And
they're the
it's
seventh
a
seal.
restart of everything.
Yeah. Then Azrael goes on to explain a lot.
Yeah. What does he tell us? I'll take this one.
All right.
He tells about how he and Abaddon had a plan to break the 6 seals and then
Not break the seventh. So
not break the 7th, but it somehow he doesn't go into how they sent the message to war. Like,
that's explained.
oh, is it?
Yeah,
How'd
it's
that
not
happen?
now.
Oh,
Because he doesn't know how it's dark, but someone else does.
oh yeah, because he says, "What are you doing here? The 7th seal's not broken."
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
he never broke it. And he also says that, well, him and Abaddon wanted to start a war with hell.
They wanted to just destroy hell.
Yeah, they thought that,
Heaven could win.
yeah, even though the humans weren't ready for Armageddon, they wanted to do it. And they said something had to be done. So they,
Which is kind of a dick move.
yeah.
Oh, kind of does have to be done.
And they were planning on telling the Charred Council that hell made the attack. Yeah, it's convoluted
But then-
the plan.
It's very convoluted. But then Abaddon died, and it ruined everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And then how Azrael, who bound Azrael?
The Destroyer.
The Destroyer, which
It's explained then. But yes, he's bound there, and you go through a whole tower of puzzles to beat it.
this is where you get the portal gun.
Yeah.
Which gave me the idea of portal.
You go through a whole tower of puzzles, and you free Azrael, and the Watcher wants you to kill him, but then Azrael reminds him that he has no way off the island if he kills Azrael. So he'll take him to the fight so he can fight Straga, who is kind of the 5th chosen one, the last one he has to beat, I guess.
The last chosen one before the Destroyer fight.
Yeah. So I guess doing those tasks for Samael was kind of, he would have had to do them anyway. But Azrael takes you there and you fight Straga, which is kind of an annoying fight, but it was fun too. I remember that.
I mean, well, he could have also killed them and not gave the hearts to Samael.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, what happens if he would have eaten the hearts? Would he have gotten all that power?
I don't know.
Or do you think it was part of Samael, so
I think it was part of keeping Samael in his prison.
Let's go look it up back in the Book of Revelations again.
I don't think that part's in it.
What happens if a 4 horsemen of the apocalypse eat the hearts of demons?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fucking metal. You get a lot more
what there's not
followers on Christmas.
there's not FAQ's version.
FAQ's Book of Revelation.
Which religion do you want to join? This one's diddling kids. Oh, no, thank you. But demon fucking metal heart eating. What's up? It's like, well, you got me back.
Go on.
Yeah. After you beat Straga, well, Azrael also promised to help you after you beat him. So after you beat Straga, he shows up and tells you a story of Abaddon. After Abaddon died, he came to talk to Azrael about things. And then Azrael brought him to the Garden of Eden.
And Abaddon ate from the fruit of the knowledge tree.
Yes. And Azrael tells you Abaddon did that, and now you have to do that to see what's happening. And he lets you go through after you.
But first.
But
The classic in every single game ever made.
Mirror match.
The clone fight.
yeah, that I don't know, guys.
I was
I'm
really
not on board with the clone fight.
What? It's a staple.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
I'm
I
not
don't
a
wanna
fan
burst
of-
you seem very excited about this, and I don't want to. I don't want to scientist it up and shit all over it.
He's rubbing off on you, man.
Someone's got to help me do all the shitting.
All right, well, there's a fucking clone fight. All right, is that a little more subdued for you?
Where you fight the worst part of yourself.
The bad part that sucks and you can beat.
The bad part that sucks. So basically, you're just fighting the Watcher.
Yeah.
Because he sucks.
But the Watcher can't come into the
Oh, that's right.
Garden of Eden.
But anyway, so you do that. You have the quote-unquote clone fight, and you win. And then you get to eat from the knowledge tree, right?
Yes.
And then what visions do you get? They're kind of like staggered, right? It's not like a coherent narrative.
No, it's like one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Good. Very nice, Chump Slap.
You find out
Way to bring it back in.
that the devil knew ahead of time of Abaddon's plan and to start the apocalypse without it actually being called for, I guess, and kind of framed him into being the destroyer.
But when Abaddon's dead and he's talking to the destroyer is like Satan, right?
Well,
or there is
it's
another
not,
Satan.
It's another thing, yeah.
Okay, but the destroyer is like, you can die or you can take my job.
Yeah, because he gives him the serve in hell. Or
What happens with the destroyer? Does the destroyer actually get to die then?
well, I think the demon's still there, devil.
But he doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to work anymore.
I think the destroyer is more of like a figurehead.
It's like, here, do this so I can have a vacation.
Yeah, gives him the option that she could serve her or face the Charred Council or God, and either one of those is probably a bad choice for him. And that he would have to go and persuade Azrael to break the seals, who I guess guards the seals.
Abaddon guard the last seal, though.
Well, yeah, he did, but they break the 6 seals, and
then Abaddon asks if you want to join him at this point. Is this?
well, you're still getting visions.
Oh, okay.
Are we still in the visions?
Yeah, because there's visions
boy.
of the council is the one that sent war.
Oh, this is where you learn everything that actually happened.
Yeah. Even though they played dumb in the beginning, they're the ones that sent you to, and they were going to set up war to take.
They were like, you're the only one who's noble enough to actually be an assassin to prove your nobility to the council.
Oh, yeah, this fucking part. So basically, the council, if I understand this correctly, the council allowed the apocalypse to start early. They were aware of the conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They allowed it to happen. They knew that either war would not be summoned because he would know it was a ruse, basically. He wouldn't act without proof is the line they used. Mm-hmm. So the apocalypse happened. He allowed all of that. They allowed war to come anyway, and then I guess the Charred Council was like, well, war will track down the conspirators anyway. So
I think they knew there was a plan, but didn't know who was doing it.
Yeah, so this brings me back to the
because when the seals started breaking,
question when I was like, well, why the hell didn't? Because they did know.
Yeah,
of course, all-knowing council.
Kind of all a big plot to get war to figure out who did the thing.
They needed war to be their fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
So they.
But then, how much did the council know?
They knew everything except for.
Well, they knew someone started the apocalypse early, but they didn't know who.
Okay, so then who summoned war?
The council did to find out who started the apocalypse.
And that's why
what a bunch of assholes.
That's why everybody was so shocked to see him because they knew the 7th seal wasn't broken. The council just sent him early.
Yeah, he brings it up. He's like, "Wait, Azrael, you and Abaddon both said the same thing. It's like, how'd you know all 6 other seals were broken?"
It's because they broke them.
Gotcha.
Oh, so basically, okay, this makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, he's like, you guys both said the 7th seal wasn't broken, but everyone else was like, what's going on?
Yeah. And then you get more visions yet of you fighting Abaddon, well, the Destroyer, and the Armageddon Blade, which is just a souped-up Chaos Eater. And a vision of hell, like heaven attacking hell.
Well, you need the Armageddon Blade to break the seals.
Yes.
Obviously.
And you need to find all the shards so that you can create the Armageddon Blade.
Yes.
And that's what Azrael tells you. You have to go find them. Find all the parts that are scattered around, and then bring them to Ulthane, and he can reforge the Armageddon Blade so you can break this. Well, that's the only way to beat the Destroyer.
Yeah, that's how you kill Abaddon.
So you go and start that quest, a big, huge fetch quest of finding 7 pieces.
So are we finally out of the vision?
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's a weird part I have written down here with Uriel.
Well, yeah, when you're hunting the parts, you come across her at one of them.
Okay, and she wants to fight you, basically.
Yeah, a challenge to the death. So you fight her and you beat her. This is also another annoying boss fight. And then, as War, you start explaining to her what happened to Abaddon and that he's now the destroyer. And that he explains the whole thing and that you were fooled and blah, blah, blah. And he spares her life and lets her go. And says that, well, because the Watcher tries to make him kill her.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, no, her life is mine. I choose when she dies. And you let Uriel go.
Now, Uriel, I don't want to... She was like a protege?
Yeah, she was...
To,
like...
Abaddon? Like, they were
She was
very...
like Abaddon's right-hand man.
Yeah.
Right, second in command type of thing.
Yeah.
So she's like super bummed about this whole
and she
conspiracy.
blames you for killing him.
Yeah.
She thinks you're the one who did it. When it was obviously Straga. I mean, I saw it.
Well, still, you're the one that's supposed to start Armageddon.
Oh, you're the one who happened to let Straga onto Earth. Okay.
And then after you collect all the pieces, you bring him to Ulthane, and he reforges the Armageddon blade for you. And you know from your visions that Uriel is going to get mad and attack the Destroyer. And she does. Because there's another, montage of weird music and Ulthane smacking the hammer.
And then he's like, they're going to attack the Destroyer and fail.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my God, it's happening. Just like you said. Fruit of knowledge didn't lie.
The Destroyer's going to kill Uriel and blah, blah, blah.
That vision of the future I had from the tree of knowledge that would show me the future is actually happening.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's nuts. Is Bentley going to show up? I don't know. I don't know.
He already did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you make your way to the final battle to fight the Destroyer.
Yeah.
And they give you the classic JRPG speech of join me and help rule the
don't
world.
Don't be a pussy.
Yeah. Or serve a corrupt council, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Then you fight Abaddon.
And then you say, I don't know. I'm going to take the opposite choice of the last coward who gave him.
Yeah.
It's like,
which is a big, yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, you heard the mic drop.
No.
And then
yeah.
You fight Abaddon, and after you beat him, he drops the seal, and War picks it up. Uriel's there, too, because she was fighting beforehand. And you realize everything. Well, you know that the council betrayed him and everything, and then all of a sudden, Uriel comes up and kills War.
As was predicted.
Yeah. And then
she goes to swing
the Watcher.
Watcher.
The Watcher grabs the seal.
Yeah.
After you stab War, the Watcher picks it up. And she goes to swing at the Watcher, and he blocks it with the seal.
How did she get the Armageddon sword?
Because it gets knocked out of your hand when you're fighting the Destroyer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and the Watcher just so happens to block the sword with the seal.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
I think maybe she was aiming for the seal. Because she kind of knows what's going on now.
I guess. Does she? I don't think she did.
And then then you talk to Uriel for a while.
Until after, yeah.
And War, of course, comes back because after you break the seal, War gets summoned.
Yeah, and then she's like, what, are you going to fucking take on heaven and hell all by yourself?
Yeah, and then you see off in the background the other three horsemen coming.
Ooh,
That's the way
3
the
different
game
colored
ends.
comets.
It was so badass.
That was
Like,
pretty
I am
badass.
not alone.
Yeah, because now that the seventh seal is broken, the other horsemen show up.
Yeah, now you're supposed to be there.
That's it. That's the game. What do you, Chump Slap? You got any fun quotes for us? Maybe.
Oh, shit.
Does
he?
he?
Yeah. My favorite character, Ulthane, we didn't really talk about him much, but he'd always say, like, don't go touching what ain't yours or something. He's like, oh, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. But I don't know.
He was a pretty cool character.
Let me check. I know I have quotes here.
He was definitely like the angry dad of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wouldn't call the angels pigeons. Did he have a derogatory name for the demons? I honestly don't remember.
I don't think you ever fight any with him around.
No.
Maybe you didn't have any quotes.
I have, okay. I trust she suffered. It's like, not nearly enough.
Nice.
Because the Watcher was always saying shit like that.
Yeah, the Watcher was pretty annoying.
And I don't know who said it, but, oh, yeah, okay. Well, Samuel said, bring me the hearts and ask no questions. That summed up the whole game for me right there.
Bring me the hearts and ask me no questions.
Yeah.
It pretty much describes it. We could have finished the whole podcast just by saying that.
Just one quote from Sandman. But do I like the game? Yeah, it was good. It was a very interesting, like it would be an awesome movie, I think. Like the 2-hour whatever cutscene movie it wasn't bad to watch. And it's hack and slash, so that's right down my alley. Reminded me a lot about God of War, so that was kind of Lost points for like that flying scene and like,
It's like 5 minutes of the game, and that's
I know, but it gained those points right back when it had the portal gone. So
Right.
I gave it 19 out of 27.
Okay, that's better than better than Midway, right?
yeah.
That's
I don't
pretty
understand numbers.
good. I don't know.
It depends on your rating system. He might do it logarithmically or something.
I might play it, so it's about 50. It's in there.
I've been doing this like golf. I thought you want to get the lowest score possible.
Yeah, isn't that how it is?
Oh yeah, Jurassic the Hunt is perfect.
Yeah, that's the best game ever.
I've been saying it's a
Birdied that
classic.
shit.
I've been saying it since the beginning. But what about you, Dr. Scientist? Would you play it? Would you score it? Did the story work for you, sir?
Well, I did play it twice, probably about 8 years apart.
But would you play it again?
Another remake of it? Probably.
Nice.
I wouldn't start the game. Like I don't know if there's a new game plus. I wouldn't use my save file from before. If I could get the easy trophies again, yeah, I'd play it.
Makes sense.
What'd you think of the story?
I like the story. It was interesting. Threw a couple twists away you never thought you'd see. When I first played it, I thought Samuel was going to betray me and I had to fight him, but it never happens. He kind of just...
I know, he's like your boy.
Yeah. And I kind of like the Christian mythology setting, like when they do any kind of mythological things. I gave it a 21 out of 27.
Whoa, that might be one of
that's
your
high.
highest.
It's second highest.
It's up there, Borderlands.
No, Borderlands was lower than this. The only one higher than it was BioShock, and Dead Space is right below it.
Oh shit! A lot of good,
Okay.
good scientist faves.
What did you think of it, Poppascotch?
Yeah, tell us all.
I guess I'll start with would I play it? Maybe, but I'm kind of like all about the Division 2 right now and can't seem to pick up another game to save my life. So maybe. The story worked for me. I liked the mythology that came into it, and I had remembered enough from my youth that I kind of pieced together how things go. So everything felt familiar, but yet I was still kind of picking it up. So yeah, I'll say it worked for me. I liked how you're playing as the one character trying to right wrong, like it's kind of investigative, but not really. But you're trying to sort out the issue that's going on, like a detective story almost. And I liked that element to it. So I would say I will be giving it a 18 out of 27.
58.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Chump Slap. I think it'd be an awesome movie. Like the
Right.
2-hour cutscene, clean that up a little bit. Maybe give War a backstory about how he lost his family in a car crash or something, and then I think we're on to something.
Or how he lost his family in a war,
Yeah, there you go.
like Kratos.
Yeah, like Kratos, yeah. Like he accidentally killed his wife and kid.
Yeah, and then he had a real vendetta,
Yeah.
not just the vendetta that was, you fucking woke me up early for this.
Well, he does have a moral center
Yeah,
and an
but
honorable.
the whole point is like, you fucked. Who did this? Why? He's like, why'd you do it? That's
It's just the video game starts with basically like, what are you doing here? You called me. Like, no, I didn't. That's the beginning of the game.
that's
It's a
all it
mystery
is.
from the get-go.
You think it could? They could have made it like a deeper mystery of, or maybe like someone did kill his family and who and why. But,
But he's,
just like,
he's not
like
human. He's kind
Where
of
is
just a
he?
force of nature.
where is he before he crashes into Earth? Like, where does he live? Does he have his own place?
Yeah.
Saturnish.
One of those weird
Somewhere.
Jupiter moons we don't care about.
Someplace that's not Earth.
It's not Earth, heaven, or hell, right? Like he's
Yeah.
in his own little world, and he doesn't know where the other four horsemen are. They have their own little worlds too.
They may all live together.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, the game itself, I would go ahead and say it was a hit. The critics gave it 82, 81, 83. Hard B minus,
Yeah.
B.
Definitely.
But
Yeah, it's.
definitely has a following to get 2 more sequels.
I mean, the gameplay isn't anything groundbreaking, but
No, yeah, they stole a lot from other games, but
Yeah.
what else are you gonna do?
I mean, all the games are just stealing. From
Yeah, I mean, everything's been done.
yeah, yeah. There's nothing new to do.
Yeah, seriously.
And yeah, in the second
Oh,
one,
yeah.
they make it kind of a loot game where
Really?
you get better weapons and stuff from killing enemies and fighting better guys.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, I guess that does it. Unless you guys have something else you want to add.
No?
San Dimas High School rules.
Then that will go ahead and bring us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Syintist's Lock of the Week. Okay.
It was a simple padlock.
That was a briefcase lock that you just picked up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And every week we ask Syintist for a 100% guaranteed to win gambling lock, and he's never gotten one wrong yet. So, Syintist, who do you got for us this week?
Oh, we're going into Asian sports today, buddy.
Oh, you know I love them Asian sports.
The Pro Kabaddi League of India.
What's Kabaddi?
It's kind of like rugby.
Oh, yeah. Kabaddi.
Kabaddi, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. I thought you said something that wasn't that.
I'm going to say take the over in the game between the Haryana Steelers and the Bengal Warriors.
Steelers up? Steelers winning?
I don't know. It's going to be close, but they're definitely going to hit the over.
All right.
The over is pretty high, but they're both high scoring. They'll both cover easily.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. You want to take the over in the Warriors versus Steelers Kabaddi
Kabaddi,
game.
yeah.
Kabaddi. Like you've never heard of it
Kabaddi
before.
game. Which, yep, that's the one you want to pick. And what you want to do is
You got to
take
stop
all
with
money.
your Americentric
sell it.
gaming.
You're right. It's one of the things I need to work on. We discussed this off air right before we started. It's one of those
I don't have
But,
ESPN the Ocho.
Well, you don't want to be more like me. You want to take all your money and then sell your money, and put it all in this game because it's a guaranteed lock.
It sure is.
It's a sure thing.
Haven't been
as
wrong yet.
Chump Slap would say. Haven't been wrong yet. So, Chump Slap,
What's up?
it's your time to shine because every week we ask Chump Slap in our favorite segment of the week for a recommendation on whatever comes to my mind at this point in me talking, and I totally have one. So, Chump Slap, why don't you go ahead and give us a candy recommendation for this week?
Just straight up candy? Any candy?
Just any kind of candy. What's on your mind? What do you eat?
Is he eating something on stream?
No. I think he jammed a Snickers down his throat earlier. What the fuck, man? I'm not a big candy guy. Like candy bar?
Any candy, he said.
Laffy Taffies? Or no. Let's go with Sour Patch Kids.
Ooh, solid.
I love myself
Solid.
a Sour Patch Kid.
Did you just recently play the video game, and that's what got you thinking about Sour Patch Kids?
That was a fun game.
Was it? Was it really fun?
Yeah, it wasn't really fun.
Was it really fun?
Was it the intention of it coming out? Well, I wouldn't call it that. Good God.
If you had nothing else to play, it was entertaining for about 2 hours.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me talk about candy a little more.
I mean, Airheads, they have so many different flavors.
I don't
now.
know. I'm a savory guy, and like the closest I can get is sour.
I don't
You know what
like
mean?
Airheads because you just sit there and chew them, and then they feel like you're going to rip your teeth out of your skull.
No, which Airheads are you eating?
Airheads.
Oh, okay.
Mystery fruit, the white ones.
Yeah, they have definitely a weirder texture to them than like Laffy Taffies do.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like taffy.
What about Big League Chew?
No, have you tried it since you were fucking 8 years old?
No. I'm an adult. I don't eat
It's
Big League
sugar.
Chew.
It's gross.
Well, all right. Well, let's do that for the next very special episode we shoot. We'll
Next
all
episode,
just get
we're all just chewing big league.
we'll get a case get a fucking case of Big League Chew because we're adults. We can afford it now.
We all have to have a whole bag in our mouth and just talk.
That's how we put the whole episode.
Sold. So, all right, that does it for us for this week. So everybody, keep playing games. Send us your letters at where are they going to send us our emails or at Mr. Chump Slap.
We're going to send us our emails. They're going to send.
Look, I
send
almost
those
signed
emails.
off without forgetting the socials.
Just cut it from another episode and stick it in.
They're going to send the emails to. Send those emails to plottytime@gmail.com. plottytime@gmail.com.
And the first
Gmail,
person,
brand new shit.
First person to actually send one.
first person with a game recommendation will get it on the week after.
Yeah, send those recommendations, man. We're running out of game ideas here. Well, actually not, but
I only have like 4 or 5 more, and then I'm done. I'm tapped out.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even send you a pack of Big League Chew. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know
we
if
will.
I'm getting a
If
case.
you get it for your address.
We'll worry about that later. Say if they wanted to DM us their address and send it directly to us
They want
on
to
the
slide into
social
our
medias.
DMs.
Ooh.
Where would they? Scientists, just plug the socials. Where do they go?
At Plotty Time on Instagram and Twitter.
Perfect. That does it for us because of us real quick. So we'll talk to y'all next week. Later.
Peace.
Peace.